Um. Okay. Life split. Wait for everything to actually initialize. Why am I not allowed to run ads? Here we go. Let's. Ooh. Who do we play as? That time.
Yeah, kids know.
Oh hey, what a surprise. Oops. Put have this on. I'm just trying to figure out who to play as today. Oh yeah, right. I'm part of the raid, so I have to do this as well. Who do you wanna wait? Whose arms do you wanna see and who do you wanna see not die as much? Let's put it this way. You know, normally I would introduce myself, but I have a feeling that everybody already knows who I am, so. Any preference on the character? Otherwise, I think I'll just go with coach because I feel like it might save like, I don't know, half a second. Random may sound like a class act. Sure, random, why not? By the way, for those of you that didn't see it, which is probably most of you, I finished Van Helsing over on Budget Skytis, so. And by finished, I mean I reached level 100. And at that point, you basically keep leveling. It's pretty much exactly like Diablo 3 Paragons. So first levels are super fast and you can allocate some stats like crit damage, crit chance, attack speed, cooldown, health, mana. And I'm stuck. Great. I don't know what else that was. Am I really gonna restart this already? Nah, whatever. And then there's also grinding for godlike items and sets, but I just don't really have the motivation to do more. Like, yeah, okay, my character could get stronger, but why? Literally the only thing you can do if you get stronger is turn up the difficulty. There's no endgame boss encounters or anything other than numbers going up to encourage you to keep going. If I was playing with someone else, I might continue, but meh. What the heck? Oh yeah, that's that random thing that I sometimes get stuck on. I have no idea what it is. Holy shit, I'm slow. Usually I'm going up the slope at 134, I think. Like by now I should be going back up already. That's bad. So me, how did your stream go? I saw that you were playing Diablo 1 earlier and I stopped by for a bit. Oh, what a bad one. Wow, my PB was slow. It's gonna be like a +5. Okay. +8, whatever. Still. Margin of error, basically. You got a PB, you should have seen it. Oh nice, what were you running? What category? Tell me all the things. Gotta make sure they don't go down at the door. I don't think I could run multiplayer. That takes some patience. Thing just takes ages to kill, you don't gain any XP, everything's a scam. +% rogue.
Where is everyone?
That's like an interesting category. What is it about?
Weapons over here.
I actually should have taken the pills, I think. Oh, just a spitter. Go home. Go home. That lasts too long for me. I mean, it might be fast. What might be? It's definitely gonna be faster if you have other people. I don't think I've seen a single co-op speedrun actually. I don't think anyone speedruns Diablo 1 co-op. At least we can get a time save on the first one now.
Hey guys, can I have a second?
Just team up with someone else and
I just
speed through
got some things to
multiplayer.
Well, this isn't the way I saw it. But I'm sorry I'm gonna have to leave you here. Thank you. We couldn't do without you.
It is me, Sanchez, up +% core, world record. Ugh, I'm not playing with other people. What is wrong with you? Bad enough that I had a text-to-speech bot in my channel. That was... Ugh, social interaction. Being weird. What's next? Live streaming in front of an audience?
Where is everyone?
Problem would be that first you'd need to actually figure out some routing. Oh, well, you don't need, but it would be probably best. That's the kind of stuff that does not sound fun to me.
I hear one of those little things.
Also, I can't play anything other than rogue, so we already got an inherent problem.
Through this window.
So the best setup is probably a rogue. Probably one, yeah, probably one of each class. Warrior for the OP spells, obviously.
Hang on.
Wow, I was not expecting to hit those hops. Rogue for early game carry. Warrior for tanking. And yeah, Sorcerer for late game carry once you get the good spells. Oh wow, Nick's not dead yet, rip.
Yeah. Nick!
Play sword, just spam spells and win. Yeah, if I could aim, you know, remember? Firewall on teammates. I mean, on Diablo you could do that. Hey, as long as Diablo goes down at the end. If that's a necessary sacrifice, then so be it. Anything for a time save, right?
Anyone out there?
I'm not expecting to hit all of these hops. Feels weird, man. I think that was a tong. I heard the sound. Maybe I'm going crazy. Not 100% sure on that. I'm 100% sure on the going crazy part. Talking about the tong. Maybe Diablo Co-op is just a scam. Better off killing your teammates at the beginning to save time. Just like Left 4 Dead.
Nick!
Possible but unlikely. This killing stuff actually takes time but is mandatory in that game, unfortunately. I should be far enough away. The tank. He might throw a rock, which should be easily avoidable. Okay, he already screwed up. Just out of curiosity, I mean, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I'm curious. You said that you currently don't have a job, Sound Chaser. What were you doing before? I'm assuming that it's because of the pandemic situation.
Can you guys hear me?
We got a gold somehow. What is your area of expertise? And I need the ammo just to be safe. Fake reload bait bullshit. Pretty good tunnel. Hey. God damn it. I jinxed it. Fuck. Oh my god. If he had jumped down from above onto me, there would have been basically no way to avoid that. Yeah, so much for good tunnel actually. Jinxed it. Rip. At my university. Oh, wow, I bounced off the fucking pallet. Seriously? Amazing. Part of my doctorate program, leave of absence last year anyway, and then pandemic happened right after that. Didn't feel like being outside. Enough to get a new job. Fortunately, I have enough money saved financially for a while. Wow, that's unusual, isn't it? I mean, maybe I'm misunderstood, or I just have some very weird perception. But isn't it like that? Not obviously not everyone, but a lot of people in the US live like from paycheck to paycheck, basically. Isn't that like super common? Oh my god, that was close. Holy shit. A certain body part is very tense and clenched right now. Holy moly. Helicopter! It is a helicopter! You call that thing a whirlybird one more time, I'm gonna beat you so bad your sister wishes... Wait, fuck, I forgot that he hit. Sister's gonna wish she never gave birth to you. That's it. That was so fucking smooth. Second try on this one, holy shit. All you need is the added pressure of a tank. I've never managed to get across here this fast. Holy shit. If this was first try and everything, this would easily be a gold. That was insane. Damn. Maybe, I'm not sure about everyone else, but teaching is definitely not a very lucrative job. Just say I slightly won the birth family lottery. Oh, okay. Right, that's also a thing. Yeah, I have a decent amount of savings, mostly because I just don't spend a lot of money. I'm very hesitant when it comes to spending money in general. Try to just avoid impulse buying, if at all possible.
Anyone out there?
I think mostly because I've been just...
Through there.
I don't want to say poor, because that would definitely be an overstatement, but I would say I've been raised with a not too rich family. I'm just kind of used to just not always getting all the great things. Oh, this is gonna be awkward. Tank, why? You bitch. Please! No! Oh my god. Hi. Oh, you know what? No. We got a gold, so that's a win in my book. Hardly spend money on anything myself. Much only pay for utilities, rent, and food. Well, I also pay for PC stuff. That's like my one passion, I guess, currently.
Hell, it got us this far. We'll find another way to
Which fortunately covers a lot of things.
Girl, you got to know.
You know, if I upgrade my PC, I can enjoy my games more. I can stream better. I can now also make videos better. So it's like double dipping. Well, actually more like triple or quadruple dipping, depending on what you count. Other than that,
Down this off ramp.
I'm very cheap.
Can you guys hear me?
Plenty of people in America with lots of disposable income. Yeah, isn't America like super extreme with the money discrepancy?
Jockey around.
The rich people are unbelievably rich, and the poor people just can't afford anything. Like way more than in other countries.
Through this room.
Pretty sure I heard a hunter. Oh, damn it. Good. Oh, hi.
Watch it, guys.
Mind me.
Ooh, hang on. Where is everyone?
Okay. Was a little worried because he didn't charge right away. That was unusual. Rip time safe because they're not bled out. Damn it.
That was
Oh well, still good enough. It's my understanding relative to other Western countries. I haven't looked at the stats very much. I haven't looked at stats at all. It's just what I keep hearing, that America is like super extreme in that regard.
Hello?
Those were some insane hops. I was fully expecting having to turn around to deal with them. That was weird. How well that went. That also works. Damn it. I overthought that one.
Grabbing a shot.
Better. Green countries have what looks like more equitable distributions of wealth. Better access to social programs and things. Yeah, I think from what I heard, actually, now that you mentioned that, isn't it in America just... I think... I may be completely wrong on that, but... I think I heard at some point that it's in part because of... It's like a pride thing, you know, like it's freedom, and I'm also free to do this. People like having the freedom to not have to pay for insurance or social programs or whatever that would overall benefit the society as a whole. Like this very extreme freedom mentality. As in European countries, it's more accepted that everyone pays for certain social programs that help the not necessarily poor, but just the poor and or unfortunate, I guess. So that in case you do get screwed over by whatever, whether it's bad luck or whatever else, you're still okay. I mean, Germany is obviously an extreme example with... I'm pretty sure everyone is familiar with Hard Sphere. Or at least the base principle. And like, unless you just actively refuse to do anything, you'll get a home and you'll get a minimum income, you know, you just get your life paid. Obviously not a very great life, but yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's very much unique to Germany. And in other countries, I think in Asian countries it's, or at least in Japan, isn't it that kind of expected that when you grow old that your kids take care of you? And then in America it's more of a everyone for themselves, I guess. I'm focusing so hard on these hops. Damn you. You ruined them. Hi. Didn't even see you there. Okay. think there's a huge element of I don't want to be responsible for paying for the freeloaders kind of mentality, but there's still a large part of the population that wishes we provided for the people collectively better. Obviously, it's those kind of generalizations never apply to everyone, but from what I heard, America has more of this I'm free to do whatever and nobody can tell me what to do mentality. Makes it sometimes weird, confusing, trying to understand other people's thought process. Because you tend to just forget about the cultural differences, societal differences. Oh, for fuck's sake. That is evil, by the way. Having a jockey there. Kinda hoping I can save the pills. But not a big deal if I have to chug. Oh, what? How? Did I not aim straight on him? Excuse me? What? That was beyond weird. Or I'm just getting old. It's also possible. Ooh. Well. Good job, Skytus. Guess I'll let that last attempt get to my head. On. Nick. Holy shit. Good thing I also practiced the backup strats. The mini fails like that one. Thought I heard a charger. Okay, we're good. Unless we get scammed here. No, seems fine. Pretty huge political polarization here. Yeah, I think everyone in the world knows that. Japan is like that. I'm pretty sure that Japan is. I'm just not sure about other Asian countries. Heard that somewhat recently, and that's been a really... At first it's like very weird, but when you come to think of it, it makes sense, and it's kind of weird that it's not like that in the rest of the world. I mean, your parents raise you, they pay a huge ton of money for you, they give up their sleep, their friends possibly, their spare time, their money, like everything. And in most cultures it's like, okay, yeah, and now you're 18, so please fuck off, I want my sleep back, and that's that.
Anyone out there?
It's a very one-sided thing, I guess. Whereas over there, it's like, okay, I raise you, and then when I get old and I can't really take care of myself anymore, it's your job, and we do the opposite, which, I don't know, seems like the logical thing to me, but it's... Obviously, culture doesn't really change like that.
Sorry, guys. Guess it
Hell,
wasn't
Nick.
such a hot idea after all.
Well, there's that in American culture.
Shit, I used to go there when I was a kid.
Oh, good. Now we
Life is rough, people can be like, get a job, you lazy freeloader. I mean, I can't really speak too much about it,
Down this off-ramp.
especially not for other countries, but I don't think it's very difficult to get a job in Germany.
Use these pills.
Especially because there's an interest in getting you a job, because if you don't have a job, Germany is, as I mentioned with Hartz IV, is still paying. for your housing and everything, and a certain monthly income, so that you can live your life.
Nick!
So there's a huge incentive for us to provide easy ways of finding jobs. Incentivizing people to take the job offers. But I haven't really looked for jobs much. I just pretty much got lucky with my first job. And here I am. With that same job still. At least for the time being. Who knows? Nice. Oh, away. Charger. But if you're willing to take a job as a cashier or something, I think pretty much everyone can find a job here. I don't know, as I said, but seems like it's not too complicated. I don't know how high the standards are in the US. How much information they require and what kind of vetting they do, I guess. Also heard that it's allegedly really difficult to find a job in the US if you... What is it? If you have criminal record of any sort. That's like an instant nope for half the employers.
Anyone out there?
Something like that, at least.
Weapons over here.
Really? Really? That's a jockey.
I hear one of those little things.
Bitch.
Dead.
Damn it, I thought they were way closer. I turned around for no reason and gave up my B-hops. That was a throw. Hi.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay.
Nick!
Can be complicated at times because some places have super bad education. Okay, yeah, I'm also actually not too familiar with how good or bad or even / uneven education is over there. In Germany, there's at least a certain standard. You're required by law to go to school, and if you don't show up to school for a long enough time, school will probably call the police. They'll show up at home, ask your parents where the hell you are, and might bring you to school by force because required by law, children go to school. Doesn't matter what your parents think. I mean, you could be homeschooled, I guess, but it's absolutely required that you get some kind of schooling. Don't know how that is in the US. That could obviously make it more difficult if you're just absolutely not qualified to do anything, basically. Also, there isn't always good support for mental, physical health sometimes. Yeah, I mean, mental health issues are a huge problem because they're still a relatively new thing. Like, people being aware of them even existing. Before it was just like, okay, yeah, stop being sad, forehead. Stop thinking you're not the gender you are. You're clearly just wrong. Now it's just, oh, wait. We should actually probably try to make you feel better. And figure out what the cause of that is. Try to make your life better for you. It's still, it feels like there's still a lot of work to be done in that regard. Not just for America or Germany or just any specific country, just in the world in general. Just diagnosing and dealing with any mental health issues.
Down that hole.
For fuck's sake. I also didn't start the timer apparently, so whatever. I mean, I could always time it afterwards, but oh my god. Bad. Maybe external factors that make it exceedingly difficult to get a job. Yeah, that's also true, but for sure, there are people who can be lazy and just want to live off others. I think a lot of Americans just don't understand.
Jimmy Gibbs Jr. Well, see, that was just uncalled for.
Extra complicating factors that happen sometimes though. Yeah, it's just...
Can we stop shooting?
It is insanely difficult to understand and grasp something that doesn't affect you. For example, as far as I know, I don't have depression. I know quite a few people who have depression though. And one person I talked to, because I was just genuinely curious, and they tried to explain what depression is and how it feels like, and yeah, okay, I understand what every one of those words mean. I have no idea what the sentence you just formed means.
Where is everyone? Grabbing a
I can sort of vaguely picture it in my head, but I'm fairly certain that my idea of what depression feels like is completely off. Because it's just something I can't comprehend. It's like trying to explain what the third dimension is to a two-dimensional being. I feel like. And good evening, Stormforce. Good to see you again. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind on chat because reasons. Like jockeys. You know, if it wasn't for special infecteds, I could focus way more on chat.
Through this window.
Definitely how a large number of Americans are. They just straight up deny those issues exist. Yeah. I mean, to be perfectly honest, until I talked to that friend, I thought depression was just basically extreme sadness. I mean, part of the problem is that how most people talk about it, whether it's in a serious or joking manner, they treat it as if it is some kind of sadness. And I won't be surprised if a lot of people think they have depression when they are just sad and down. But from what I understood, depression is not just oh, I'm having a bad day, I'm depressed today. No, it's just you're always depressed, sometimes more and sometimes less, but it's like a constant thing that's always there.
Sorry, folks.
Which, yeah, I don't know how I would understand that.
Can't drive over 20 miles apart.
That's kind of everywhere.
I think we're
Probably true.
God damn you, Jimmy
The
Gibbs.
country too. Most people tell you stop having mental health issues. Yeah,
Serious.
what I said earlier, you were probably not around, but yeah. You tell someone you're depressed, they'll just tell you, hey, stop being sad, forehead.
Whispering Oaks.
Let you man up and stop having depression. Yeah, exactly what I said. Nice. Well, it happens all over the place. Maybe it just strikes me especially weird as an American. There's so many progressive people. Also so many people who think in such a backwards way about stuff. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's stuff that you just can't comprehend until you've either had someone break it down to you in an understandable fashion, which it would have to probably be researched better, or it's just not gonna happen. I mean, that's how I kind of feel about technology and government regulations, whether it's in the US or Germany.
A hunter's around.
They're just these stupid decisions that at first glance
Through this window.
your gut reaction might be, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we should allow the government to read all of our messages so they can stop terrorism and all that. You know, that's good. And then you think of it and then it's like, wait, a backdoor that hackers could possibly abuse? And they didn't disclose at all how to implement it. So it's probably gonna be the shittiest last second thing ever. Yeah, good that we want to enforce that. But they just don't really understand how technology works, so they're just like, yeah, just build a backdoor and make sure that only the good guys can use it. Forehead.
Yeah, we made it.
Maybe just surprising to me, but the attitude probably exists everywhere. Yeah, it's more pronounced in some places than in others, I guess, but probably pretty much everywhere. Depression is mostly like a limiter to your happiness, like all your life. Yeah, as I said, a friend tried to explain to me what depression feels like, and I'm pretty close with a friend. He knows me pretty well, so and he couldn't really make me fully understand it. So I've just come to accept that depression is just this thing that makes your life shit, and I'm not gonna understand. Damn it, I jumped too soon. Well, I need pillarinos. ASAP.
Where is everyone?
Are you fucking kidding me? Where? Out of all the possible pill spawns, not a single one. Not a single pill spawn. There's like 5 or 6 locations in that room where pills could have spawned. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6, yeah. That's insane. Ugh. Well, the days you are down and sometimes would be even worse.
Don't sweat it, Ellis. At least you got us out of that mall.
Don't yoink my health, kid. Whatever. Good evening, Mr. Burns. I've had most people who claim to be depressed are not depressed. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just... it's a relatively new thing. Or new realization. Depression has probably been around forever, but... yeah, people don't really understand it too well. You know, pretty much everyone can self-diagnose when they have a cold or something like that. That's just common, everyone's used to, everyone understands it. Of course, there are always exceptions. But in general, everybody knows what a cold is like. And depression is just like, oh wait, so you just feel sad and don't have motivation to do anything? Hey, that's me. And also, I think it's not just that people don't understand it. For some people, it's probably also just sort of a shield to deflect, what's the word? Responsibility. You know, some people are just less motivated. They just have less drive to do stuff in life. And you then also happen to be sad, then that sounds like a good excuse. It's not your fault. Hey, what can you do about it that you're not motivated? At least a few people I've talked to, I kind of felt like that. I might be wrong, but it seems like nobody really knows what depression is. It's just this thing that's a vague idea, and we need to figure it out. I would have only a period. Yeah. You can't just self-declare to be depressed. I mean, you can. It's not, it doesn't really have much meaning to it, but you definitely can. I can also declare that I'm French. He climbed over, that's good. You really gotta hit those. You really gotta hit those. A single hit from the commons would have probably screwed me over. Because I would have been slowed down, which means I wouldn't have been able to run away from the other commons. Which means the tank would have eventually caught up to me. would have meant sadness.
Somebody shut up that clown.
Damn it. Damn it. Pretty damn good hops though. Good on you for being open to it. Even though you can't understand how it feels.
Where is everyone?
I want to learn. It helps me understand other people's thought process. Remember what I said about having a general interest in psychology? And that's probably also why. Because if I could understand depression, then I could better understand why people do or don't do certain things. And obviously it would help making me a more empathic, I guess is the word, person. At least understanding. Maybe also empathic.
Gates open. Can you guys hear me?
No, you should always strive to improve. Because the moment you stagnate is the moment that you start falling apart and behind. Romanticism is kind of new too. Same paradigm. I have no idea what that is and I've never heard of it. It's like when you can't really feel romantic feelings for others, right? Yeah, it seems tough because in a lot of places that's probably pretty strong culture of people getting married and having kids stuff.
Hell, it got us
Oh,
this far.
okay.
We'll find another
Oh,
way.
Abram, I see. I completely misread there. Yep, that makes a lot more sense now. My mind went to aroma, and I was like, wait, aroma? What? Yeah, aromantic. Okay, yep.
Oh, good. Now we can die there as
Never heard of that, honestly. It's not a disease, as a mental health issue thing. It's a fucking word. Damn it.
Down this off ramp.
Think of it.
Can you guys hear me? Grabbing a guitar.
But I feel like that's something that's more and more understood nowadays. Maybe not the fact that you... Or maybe not understood, but more accepted. Like nowadays it's more and more common that you don't get married because
We have guns
you just
here.
don't have anyone and you would also rather pursue your career. So instead of going hunting for a partner, you just focus on your job and, you know, make all the money in the world. Or you have something else you're passionate about and focus on that. Making a positive having a positive impact on the world. I'm also falling further and further behind on chat. I should have probably just paused and caught up after this reset.
Whoa.
Gonna have to use my backup chat.
Where is everyone?
Oh. By the way, in case you're wondering, I have 3 monitors. My OBS and my... Oh. And my chat is on the monitor on the right, where also the cam is. Really? Really? Can you just all fuck off already? Okay, fine. Where was I? There are people that can't be romantically attracted to people, and some would call them incapable of having a relationship. I mean, you are.
I think we're walking. Don't
It's
sweat it.
just
She got us out of that
the way
mall.
you phrase it is gonna make it sound like it's your fault in some way. So, but I guess technically it's correct. It's just bad wording. Let's go for expert. Maybe I should say the culture is that you should get married and have kids, and that's part of being a whole good person. I feel like that's also less a thing. Married, yeah, but even having kids is like less and less. It's usually from parents because they want grandkids, because kids can give you some joy, and grandkids are like, you have the positives of having a kid, but you don't have to take care of them all the time. And you're not the parent, you're the special occasion, so you're the good person, not the annoying one that sends you to bed every night. So you get basically all the benefits of kids without any of the work. But at least I feel like having kids is... It's still the norm, but it's less and less... it feels less and less societally... socially required in a sense. My country is mandatory. Better than our country. Mandatory to get married? What? Country is not mandatory, only as culture. Yeah, I mean, that's... I wouldn't even say it's that much anymore in Germany. It's like... Like I've... From all the people... Let's say from all the people age 30 and up, I would say like half of them maybe I know are married. Roughly, it's... Pretty not that common. Like a necessity. Family is calling me crazy. Not being with the society. I mean, it's difficult, but you should really just pursue what gives you happiness in life, as long as you're not harming others. My mom was really, for a long time in my life, she was really extreme about, oh my god, you're spending so much time with video games and on the computer and all that. Eventually, when I was like maybe 14, 15 or so, she just she eased up on that, and eventually she just basically, she had a talk with me and she's like, okay, yeah, this is your life. You're old enough to make that decision now. And yeah, I decided, no, I want to do PC stuff. And guess what? I'm a programmer now. So for me, it was the right decision. But yeah, it can be difficult if you feel pressured from all sides. Just a thing that usually gets easier with age, caring less about what other people think. Really sorry to hear that. Yeah, that does not sound fun. Not forced, just annoying as hell. Yeah, when people are annoying to me now these days about things I don't want to talk about, I'm just gonna be super extreme and I'll be like, okay, stop bothering me or I'm leaving. I basically, depending on your age and your like how independent you are financially and all that, you don't have to be around people who are annoying you, even if they're family. Just as an idea. But if you're like still living with your parents, yeah, that can be very frustrating. Can't be at peace with your lifestyle of choice. Imagine everyone would argue how weird you are, not family, even friends, so on. They are not really two great friends then, to be honest. I mean, the people that I called friends back in school, I'm still friends with one person. Or I guess maybe two, but that was really towards the end of school. Like people that I met in school, I'm still friends with one person. Everyone else that I was friends with, I just, yeah, we completely grew apart and just no interest. Yeah. The people that you think are your friends at school, it's like you're in this together and you have somewhat similar interests, so you just spend time together because reasons. But I feel like at least my perception of what a friend is drastically changed around 18. Somewhere around there. What country are you from, Stomford? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't mind answering, Romania. Interesting. Romanians are extremely close as family. They love being with the family connected. I mean, that in and of itself is not a bad thing if your family is close, but if they force it on you, that's just difficult. I think I've heard of very strong social norms in that Middle Eastern countries, but I didn't know about Romania. When you're far, at least contact them every week, at least even daily. They are not that strict, like 100%. So what if you are let's just say you find a job somewhere very far apart and you don't contact them once a week. What happens? Because yeah, it's like the social norm, but what if you just don't do it? What are they gonna do? Are they just gonna ignore you and ghost you and just claim that you're no longer part of the family? I'm just curious, like, what would they do? Because it's such a bizarre concept to me. I mean, I'm pretty close with my family, but I call them like maybe once a week to once a month, depending on what the occasion is. And just, yeah. But if I would feel pressure to call them, I think I would just stop altogether. It would be weird. So imagine it being ridiculously hard for an aromantic, though, in your culture. That aromantic in any culture is probably super tough. Can be hard to find nice friends in a culture like that, though. As if it wasn't hard enough to find friends in general already. You got 3 people that are really close. Do you have any aromantic online communities you can relate to at least? Well, I mean, the problem is if you can't feel any... I mean, I don't know how exactly it is for an aromantic, but you probably have struggles with any kind of social relationships. Because even if you're friends with someone which is not necessarily romantic, I'm just guessing, but I would guess that there's also a certain... that you're not as close as someone that is not an aromantic, so making friends is probably really difficult. Maybe you have some close friends IRL. That's good at least. Not that interested though. Just discovered kind of recently that I am aromantic. Really, but they get worried. We are missing or something. Don't have to contact them. They are calling you. They don't pressure. Just want to know how you are. Yeah, of course. From their perspective, it probably all makes sense, and they're just curious. They care about you, so they want to know about your life and all. But if you don't care, then yeah.
Sorry, folks. This car is capable of miracles, but
For me personally, if like my parents call me frequently, I don't really have too much of an issue with it. If it's daily, I'm probably gonna get annoyed because I don't have that much to tell them, and eventually I'd rather do other things like stream or work on various other projects. But if like some distant, I don't know, third-degree cousin or something would call me weekly, I would probably just not even pick up the phone if I see the number.
Mama told me not to play with fire, but
I don't know, although to be fair, I've been a little scarred with any kind of social relationships. Well, scarred is probably too strong of a word, but I've had some very negative experiences, so I've just become very picky about the people I keep around.
oh shit, I hear a jockey.
To put it in other words, be happy that I didn't ban you already. That means I don't hate your guts. Oh, but I've had some unpleasant social experiences in my past, and I mean, I guess they helped me realize what kind of people I want to be around.
Hello? Ellis!
So that's just... It's kind of a matter of perspective, you know? If you have a bad experience in life, that's a bad experience, yes, but it's an experience. You learn and you can grow from it. Like this is a bad experience. But I can learn. I can learn how to better handle a zombie apocalypse. Are you kidding me? Nope. This is not worth it. I could get like a plus 15 maybe, but why the fuck would I? I might as well reset. Daily only on some family households. Yeah, I feel like daily would be way too extreme.
I think we're walking.
I talk to my parents, as I said, like on a weekly to monthly basis maybe. Unless there's a particular reason. Like I have a special question or they want to know something, but just to stay in touch is like that, and I feel like that's just fine.
I used to go there when I was a kid.
Oh, good.
It's usually maybe like an hour or so, and then it's like, okay, well, I guess I don't have anything to say. Bye. But personally, I find it very important that to have a say in how I stay in or how frequently I have contact with someone.
Pills here.
Because I know people that would probably be fine with talking daily, but I just,
Weapons over here.
even if the person is nice, the problem is if you try to stay in touch with everybody on a daily basis, you just can't get anything done anymore. So you just gotta put some limits, basically.
Down here.
It's way colder. About keeping people around, I've seen 2 people I know so far this year.
Hill looks. Oh, whoa, whoa,
That's
whoa!
about as many as myself,
Coach!
if we disregard work. Oh my god, he jumped into the fucking tree. What are the odds? Outside of work, actually, I think nobody, actually. Timing though, yeah, rip. Is that because they're the only people still consider good friends family, or because of pandemic? Because of home office? Yeah, same. I just stay at home and don't have contact with anyone except for Twitch and phone. Occasional video meetings. I mean, they don't even bother, especially with the phones. Damn it. Like a public transport, don't have a car.
Anyone out
Yeah,
there?
same. Yeah, I don't really boycott it, I just avoid it because people are fucking dumb and unreasonable.
Weapons over here.
So unless I absolutely have to, I don't want to get on a train right now. And I don't have to, so I don't.
Spitter. Incoming.
I haven't seen my parents since like half a year or so, which is unfortunate, but definitely the better alternative for me, considering how many idiots are out there and ignorant, selfish people. No, I don't need to get on a train or a bus or anything.
Coach. Hello.
Winter isn't the time for long bicycle rides. Yeah, for me that still wouldn't be an option. My parents are like, I think it's about 2-ish hours by train, so going there by bike is not an option. And I don't want a car because I don't have enough need for it. Car is pretty expensive. Aside from buying the car, just keeping a car, even if you don't use it, just the maintenance costs and all that is, yeah, I don't need a car, so. Dude, what is happening today? Video meetings are just awkward. I never switch on my camera. I don't do that either, but fortunately people don't really ask for it. They just accept it, and also I have a valid reason. Don't really want to go into detail, but I basically have virtual machines set up for my work environment, and my webcam doesn't really play nicely with the virtual machine. Sometimes it'll just completely glitch out, other times it'll work. It sometimes makes my virtual machine lag, so I just tell people, yeah, how desperately do you want to see me? And then mostly they're like, yeah, you know what, it's fine. And then I just don't switch it on. I've been in a bus on a train in a year.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but unless Ellis
I definitely have, but I try to keep it to a minimum at the current time. I mean, I generally don't like public transport, but it's the better option compared to having to pay for a car, so I go with that. But
Shit, I used to go there when I was a kid.
Oh, good.
I don't really go many places that are far away anyway, so not a big deal. Basically, the only time I get on a train is if I want to visit my parents or some other friends that live further away. I got pretty much everything I need in my city.
Boomer bile here.
So I can just
Where is
take my bike. Fuck off. Really? Really? Mental disorders, the DSMV is always a place to start.
All right.
No idea what that is. One-page summary of the disorder in question. Dumb Skytis meme virtual?
Ellis.
Thankfully, if I remember correctly, Germany has done a very good job in the pandemic relative to just about everywhere else.
Shit, I
Of
hate
course,
that.
no excuse, stop following the rules. I don't know how it is compared to other places. It's like... we're not doing poorly, but it could have certainly been better, and also... more and more idiots start spreading rumors, lies, and all the bullshit, like masks don't do anything. Advocating for their freedom and whatever. How? Like very recently, I believe there were some more anti-mask demonstrations, which, well, you can guess what followed after that. But yeah, overall,
Alone with the car.
the 7-day numbers, infections per 100,000
This is it. Let's not make it harder.
people is
You did good.
reasonably low in Germany. So like, out of the people I know IRL
Shit, I used to go there
directly,
Oh, good. Now we can
one person,
adults.
I think, has had corona. No, wait, 2, sorry. But that doesn't... actually, no, 3, but that doesn't count because they live in the same household. So, yeah, basically 1 case. I've heard of some other people, but I actually only know of 1 household. Actually, no, never mind. Well, 2. 2, I forgot about 1.
All right. Weapons.
The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, Mental Disorders, 5th edition.
Through this room.
Heard of that. Hi. You're in my way. You have lots of anti-maskers in Germany. Strike me as an American problem. I wouldn't say lots, but it's not a non-issue. Let's put it like that.
Whoa. Woo, hang on. Woo.
Personally, I don't know any, but they do exist. And they do spread their bullshit, you know? Same with the conspiracy theories, anti-vaccine people and all that. They just spread their bullshit, and people are just gullible and don't do their fact checking, so they'll just believe it for some reason. Did I miss anything? Brigade's doing some 5G. Everywhere in my country, we've got a lot of anti-maskers. Those are the kinds of people I just wouldn't want to have anything to do with. That's just like the most ignorant and selfish thing to do these days, really. I mean, even if it wouldn't be an issue if you personally got corona, it's just absolutely reckless to do that. And I could certainly complain about masks because I wear glasses, and hey, believe it or not, but that's a little annoying when you're wearing glasses and you have to put on a mask and you can't see anything half the time, or you have to pay for special things. Like, as I learned somewhat recently, there's special glasses wipes that'll apply some magical thing, and then your glasses won't actually get foggy somehow. But obviously they're not cheap because capitalism and demand and supply and all that. Masks aren't supposed to protect the wearer from transmitting. Yeah, but it's in general to help the society keep the cases down, which is gonna help everyone. Because even if you have it and then you infect someone else, and then eventually it might mutate and then you'll get it back. It's not directly protecting you, but in the long run, indirectly, it's also helping you. Also, society breaking down because half the people die to corona is not going to be beneficial for anyone. I don't think many people would want to go back to the old days with like shitty infrastructure and just, yeah, everyone for themselves and all that. So just very short-sighted and ignorant.
I know we can do better than
People really believe that these offer much protection. Most people I know are somewhat educated. And also, where the hell was I on chat? Mostly avoid places where I would have to wear a mask. I've just come to accept it. But to be fair, I don't really go to many places in the first place. So yeah, it's mostly just the shop, or when I was still going to the office, and like on the hallway you would have to wear a mask and things like that. That's about it. Facebook gather, dude. Fuck Facebook. Screw people that actually use Facebook. Facebook is a fucking cancer in the society, causing so many problems and just siphoning off of people's data and whatever. Just, I firmly believe that we would be better off without Facebook. Because Facebook is kind of designed to make you feel miserable, so you stick around and keep browsing and just not good. And I'm pretty sure everyone these days knows how little Facebook cares about data privacy and all that stuff. They'll take any data they can get their hands on to improve their advertising profile on you, make some more money, because they're a business and they're not regulated enough. Shit, what am I doing? Oh god, panic. Okay, it's fine.
That was close.
I do everything I can to never go outside, basically. I go to the shop still. Ordering online is too expensive for my liking. People really believe that these offer much protection. Most people that I talk to know that the masks are for protecting others and that they don't do much, but it's better than nothing. But I probably, as I said, I just don't really want to be around people that are ignorant and selfish in that regard. So those are probably the kind of people I wouldn't be in contact with anyways. Those protect the wearer, spending others better than nothing. Other trains probably pointless. Here's the thing, probably, but we don't know for sure. And
Anyone out there?
once we find out that it wouldn't have been pointless, and a bunch of people already got infected, it's already too late. So with such a situation, I would definitely say better safe than sorry. Also, shut up over there.
Kill your light.
This is gonna be interesting.
Got it.
Weird though that we heard the tank already this early.
Ellis.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We literally can't make progress until we despawn the tank. The problem here. And we can't despawn the tank unless we get commons, and it seems like we're not gonna get commons because the tank is around. Nah, I need the molly actually. I mean, if I can kill him in time here. Okay, yeah, the gates just opened. This is like a small annoyance, but overall still okay. Now you have the molly over there. Not quite where I wanted to throw it. Because now it basically doesn't kill anyone. I really need to go. Please. Holy shit. It's more like doing your public duty to protect others, yeah. But instead I have to do physical school. That is just messed up, yeah. Not much else to say about that. I'm not quite sure if Alice is in the right position. If he get kicked, he might be slightly off. Or whatever. Could be worse. Old university is still doing that, and it sounds horrible. It sounds crazy that universities are not doing it. Because most universities offer some kind of computer science course, and you would expect that some of the computer science professors or students would have come up with at least some way to do remote teaching at this point, but I guess not. Fuck off. Oh my god. That's a first. Pretty nice. Rip sound. On. Hi. wearing masks 7 hours in the buildings. And it's hot inside. But then saliva on the mask. The problem is when you wear a mask for too long, it's also just gonna lose its effectiveness basically. So that's like you would need to put a new mask on every. I don't know what the time frame is. Half an hour, whatever it might be, but yeah, that's just irresponsible. I find the masks probably do more harm than good. First of all, give you a false sense of security. Yeah, that could be, but if you try to account for people's not really stupidity, but like whatever you want to call it, it's gonna get very difficult. Public transportation because I don't have a choice. Measure. Represent protection. Facebook, yeah. Fuck Facebook. Good luck. Thank you, Charlie. I'm definitely gonna need it because I already got screwed like 4 times. The office, we wouldn't know to wear a mask even when sitting at the desk, even when 10 meters away from the next person. Don't have to do that, but we don't have to go to the office anymore anyways. We can home office fortunately. The fact that they sponsor misinformation. Not even 10 meters away. Classroom, I only got a minimum of a third of a meter. Yeah, they just don't. They don't have the measures and they don't care enough to make it work. It's like, not everybody has corona, so we can get away with this. It would be too much work to figure out a way to improve this. Computers, because we do IT science and we still don't respect the distance part. The problem is that for a lot of people, it's this. I don't know anyone that has corona, and I haven't had it, so it's. They don't think that it's not real, but you just don't. It's not really present in your mind. Just like the. You bitch. Just this thing that you don't really think about too much. It doesn't feel like a threat to you, it's more like an annoyance. Basically. Meter apart, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what I've been wondering as well. How the hell do I get rid of the tank now? Actually. Oh, hi. Awesome. Having the same desk. What? Why is it? It's not safe. Rest would be half a meter. That sounds so bad. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking right now. Paper. Oh, fuck. You know, there's just certain people in the world that you just can't find words for. Now many of the infections happen while both persons are wearing a mask. Probably a good chunk. I'm pretty sure that most... Actually, I'm not pretty sure. My gut feeling is that most of the infections happen because people don't respect the distance part. Because it's like, okay, yeah, 2 meters. Everybody knows stay 2 meters apart, but it's like, okay, yeah, let me just for this one quick thing, because it's so much easier if I come closer. And then for just one moment, and that can be enough. Because it's an invisible threat which makes it very difficult to respect. Because it's so easy to lose track of it. And it makes it even more difficult that it takes a while before you even develop the symptoms, if at all, so you have no clue when you got it or from where and all that. It's Romania, I know. Wow, that's crazy. But somebody who's infected in my high school, a teacher, I think it was my class. That's. Did they at least take the appropriate measures after they found out? Still risky as hell, yeah, just... I guess Germany is doing pretty well on the measures. now that I hear that, yeah. I thought we were like, yeah, it's okay, but you know what? Actually, we're doing pretty well. Never mind. Holy shit. Stay safe out there as much as you can anyway. Better, even better, stay safe in here and don't go outside. If you can at all, avoid it. Breaks are the worst. You got 2 stairs and more than 400 people in the building. Just imagine a huge crowd of people going through the stairs. Yeah, it's a huge problem with people just... not really herd mentality, but if you see everyone else doing something, you don't really think much about it. So if everyone else is just going down the crowded stairs, you just do it, and yeah. There's always going to be some people that don't care, are not going to respect the rules or whatever, or recommendations. But if everyone else follows suit, then that's... Can you fucking despawn? What the hell? That's annoying as hell. Not through, I mean trying to leave the building to go eat. Yeah, that sounds fun. Tank, what a waste of time. I mean, it's safe because we have masks. I mean, some people probably oversimplify it. Most people I know are pretty reasonable about it. They're like, yeah, mask, but still. Nope, go away. The government said that teachers are against it anyways, but they got no choice. All the masked people probably would realize to avoid those situations. Holy shit, I'm far behind on the chat. As some that don't believe in vaccines, yeah, those people just... I don't know. I wouldn't know what to tell those people. I teach the justice theory. Just thankfully, if you're in high school, you're probably young. If you get it, you have much lower risk of anything bad happening. Go away. I mean, yeah, unless you have asthma, then you're basically fucked. The fact that you can transmit it so easily to other people, high risk, such a close area, awful, you never know how it'll affect you also. Honestly, one of the big reasons why I don't visit my parents is, even if I get corona, I'm probably gonna be fine. I'm like basically lowest risk. But if I were to infect my parents and they actually have some, you know, have some serious long-lasting problems from that, I would not be happy with myself. That way, the problem is that family has health problems. It'd be terrible if you gave it to a family. Well, exactly what I just thought. All the measures and everything, still around 50 to 20% of the population here got infected. Wow, that sounds like an insanely high number. Where are you from? I mean, I don't know the numbers for Germany or any country actually, but that percentage sounds insane. And I'm lucky because we got a high population of car drivers. Many people making contact in public transport. I mean, cars are not uncommon in Germany, but unfortunately, I don't have one and I don't want one, so I've just basically accepted that as long as this corona thing is going on, I'm basically just gonna stay at home and not really be able to do anything. I mean, if the restrictions are lessened a little bit, maybe I can actually do things again, but currently my life is basically just staying at home and occasionally going to the shop. Holy shit, can I please get... I don't think I've ever struggled this much with getting up on there. And now I do this again. What the fuck am I doing? I'm choking so hard. Help.
Can you guys hear me?
Not many people making contact in public transportation. Bitch.
Did we all make it? Oh, yes, we did.
Ooh, they add us like High school closed when they reach 3 people. Let's say because that's easier to keep the distance. Get one person that is in a class could be closed for 2 weeks. 2 weeks? It's a little.
Where is everyone?
I don't. Isn't 2 weeks the incubation time? So I don't know.
I got
Shouldn't.
these pills.
I guess 2 weeks. I guess on paper the right thing. I don't know. My gut feeling would be like probably go for 3 just to be safe, but I guess technically better have land outside where you can keep a distance of 2 meters easily. And also air, you know. One thing that a lot of people forget, it's not just wear a mask, it's also open the window frequently and just, you know, have fresh air and all that. So you have the aerosols or whatever they're called. You have less of those.
Anyone out there?
That's also something a lot of people forget. So yeah, being outside currently is definitely a better option. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay. That's when you try to leave the building. I mean, it's the worst. Once infected and the mask is wet, there's a high risk. Excellent. Oh. Damn. Didn't know it was that insane over there. Nice, first try. You bitch. A positive PCR test, but sampling of random people if they had it or not. Okay.
Heads up. File incoming.
Yo, let's go.
Rapid guard pursuit.
That's insane. I'm guilty of contributing to this conversation. This pandemic talk making me anxious, so I'm probably going to head out for now, but I hope you all stay safe and have a good night. Well, I don't really blame you for that. You too. Thanks for hanging out.
We made it.
See you. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? I don't know. As always. Actually, you might stream, so maybe I'll catch your stream if it's early enough. You too, stay safe. Good evening, Xavier. I see you came here to replace Sound Chaser. How kind of you.
I'm down. You got to learn to shoot.
Trust me, I'm trying to go as fast as possible, but it's not easy when you're surrounded by crazy people. It's kind of like real life. Really? You're supposed to burn! Bitch. Yeah, that's not it. That was so scuffed. And just how overstated the number of deaths is.
Listen up. I will shoot you. Lights out.
Corona has 2.5 million deaths out of 1.5 billion people. Spanish fluid. Holy shit. Nah, it's not worth it. Take too long. What the fuck you? Thank you. Holy shit, that was such a fucking gamble. Holy shit. I mean, you could make the argument if you overstate the numbers, I guess people might treat it more seriously. So, you know, if you have to lie to save lives, isn't that justified? But yeah, I'm not informed enough on that stuff to make comments, so I can just throw out random guesses. is the registered in the WHO. I'll try to add 10% to that.
Ain't none of my business what y'all doing out there.
Spanish flu was and worse in terms of death per capita. Yeah, but the thing is that's something that's so far back in history that it's not really a thing that people can mentally grasp well. Probably. And also, it's not that bad yet, you know? The corona situation isn't over, so we don't know what the death count is gonna be at the end. Jesus Christ.
Where is everyone?
I know we can do better than that.
Okay, then it's 2.75 million in Switzerland. The age of people who died is around 85. And there wouldn't be that much technology available. Well, time to get scanned, by the way. This is where runs go to die, by the way, in case you didn't know. Nice. Okay. First thing done. Now we need to get past the first spawn of specials.
Shetty here.
Pipe bomb question mark. Nope. Pipe bomb.
Anyone out there? Are these things bulletproof?
Might be a little slower, especially because of this now, but hey, I didn't get jockeyed or smoked as soon as I dropped down. Although the special timers are gonna be a little weird and that might screw me over.
That was close.
So they're basically gonna spawn as soon as I make it across the gap. Or maybe not even actually. Okay, now we got explosives, we're good on that. I think that some countries managed to make functional vaccines in a year.
Incoming!
Nice. Come on. Nice.
Need some help in here. Need some help. Can't get myself out of here.
Damn you. It's going so well. Please.
Hello?
What happened to us?
Wow. There's hope. Vaccines have yet to prove to solve the problem. The virus mutates faster than you can vaccinate people.
Where you all at?
Yeah. Not in a great place currently, globally, but
Hello?
sometimes we just have to suppress reality because not much we can do. So it's just gonna make us feel miserable. Most European countries are still below 10% vaccination. 2 months. Take 10 to 20 months or so to vaccinate. But isn't... I'm not 100% sure on that, but isn't the vaccine production gonna ramp up? So it's more of an exponential increase? Or just an increase in general? You know, they take 1 month to make the first X thousand batches, but then they, in 1 month they can make 2,000, and then in the next one they can make more. What? Hello? What?
All right. We're gonna stroll across the bridge, and the army's gonna take care of us.
Good tip, it still is a measure. Oh, right, I have to actually restart because I kicked them. As soon as they develop other vaccines, but the technology with time's the problem. Was crazy. That was bullshit. You know, normally I would blame lag for what happened, but that doesn't even make sense there. How that happened. In production will also peak at some point. There will no increase. Yeah, of course they won't increase it endlessly, but we're at the very beginning of ramp. We're still on the ramping up capacity, production capacity, as far as I know. So
Shit, I used to go there when I was a kid.
you can't as far as I know, you can't extrapolate on based on the current numbers. It's gonna be faster, but obviously it's not gonna go infinitely fast. Because how would you increase infinitely with finite resources?
You guys hear me? Grabbing a guitar.
Hi, jockey.
I can hear Jock.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Weapons over here. We better search these rooms. Don't shoot
I
that
outrun
car.
him.
In here.
Damn it. I think I figured out how to do that hop better. That's good.
Whoa, shit!
Oh, you bitch. Nice. Wait, the tank's over here? I was just about to say that could actually be good. It's a solid time save. Good start. Won't be surprised if some people don't bother getting vaccinated anymore during summer when the case numbers are low. I mean, some people are never gonna get vaccinated because they are, you know, anti-vaccine and all that, and they believe that it causes whatever things they want to believe it causes. But it's also true, some people might just think, you know what, everyone else, or pretty much everyone else is immune, so the chances are low enough that I'm not gonna get infected, so basically they're willing to take the small risk getting that small chance of actually meeting someone that has it that's also not vaccinated over the also possible and realistic risk of, you know, side effects from the vaccine, like long-term things.
Weapons over here.
Efficiency would be increased after more tests done and experimenting. Probably also true. More efficiency goes up. That's other demand.
Have a second.
Almost people always was. Yeah, people suck.
I got some days that
Some rumors that some vaccines don't help against new variations. South Africa stopped
stop making
with
holes.
Anaka already, as far as I know.
You did good. Thank you.
Hey!
Yeah, it's basically just gonna be sort of an arms race. You have to develop and distribute vaccines faster than new mutations arise, so that at some point maybe there is a new mutation, but only very few people have it and they're quarantined, and then you can eventually get it under control. But it is very much an arms race. You have to get the vaccine out faster than
Grab and puke.
new infections happen that eventually will lead to more mutations. And also sneeze.
Over there. Could be a
Question
way
mark. I have to sneeze? No, I don't think I...
out. Everybody grab a weapon.
Come on, decide knows. Do I have to sneeze or do I not have to sneeze? Please. Trying to speedrun here. They don't want to vaccinate because I would want to see what would happen.
You guys hear me?
Yeah. It's a very selfish approach in a sense. No, yeah, there could be side effects, but if everyone thought that way, then nobody would get vaccinated and we are still in this very situation. But of course, if everyone around you gets vaccinated,
Whoa, shit!
you're not under as much pressure to get vaccinated yourself, and you can wait and see what the long-term side effects are, so... For an individual, it's probably the smarter way, but it's also selfish and a little reckless, I guess.
Michelle. Happy New Year.
What about, didn't I? Is it true yet that vaccinated people don't spread the virus? Quite some time, every FAQ they said this wasn't proven yet, and vaccine mostly protects. So, you can, as far as I know, you can get vaccinated against two things. Against getting the... I might get the terminology wrong, but yeah, you can have the infection itself, and you can... Which is gonna make you sick and all the symptoms, and you can have the virus. I don't know the proper terminology, but yeah. And most vaccines only protect getting the getting COVID, but you can still have the virus, the things that cause COVID inside of you and infect others. as far as I know, but that information might already be outdated or might not apply to all of the vaccines, so yeah, do your own research. Can you let me b-hop, for fuck's sake? Please. Bios are getting a lot better though. Definitely noticed some improvements in my B-hop consistency. And no, I jinxed it. Virus can multiply in your body, where the antibodies can reach the spread while not having symptoms. Yep. I don't know, I mean, each vaccine is different. Maybe some of the vaccines protect you from... Oh, God. Holy shit, why did that work? That's not what I planned, but that's fucking amazing. I think which were the first two? The Pfizer and the other one that were pretty much only talked about in the beginning? I think those two only protect you, but you can still infect others, basically.
At least I made it.
Something that ends with A, I believe. Whatever. Protein that is produced by the virus. The way that the antibodies are getting them, so yeah. What the vaccines are made for. We get mutated, the protein changes. From so many vaccines, so many virus variants. Never know anything for sure. Yeah, there's not much an individual person can do these days other than pray, if you actually believe in God, I guess, and otherwise just hope for the best. That's why I usually don't really think much about it, because yeah, it sucks and you should definitely be aware that Corona is a thing and all that, but I can't really do much about it. So why bring myself down constantly? So I'll just try to enjoy life as much as possible within the constraints that I'm given, of course, which makes it difficult, but yeah, not really much use in just sitting at home and feeling miserable about something you can't do anything about. For fuck's sake. No, what the hell? Okay, I think I kind of figured out how to do that one decently.
Coach.
What the hell are you doing under there, buddy? Doing some inspection of the coaster?
At least I made it.
Complicated situation. Still gotta make a choice because the time's eating us. You know, rather than doing nothing, the only thing we can do is getting vaccinated. It can happen. That's an allergic reaction. Yeah, I mean, for an individual person, the worst thing that can happen is you literally die from the vaccine, which is awful, but if we don't do anything about Corona, our life as we know it today is not gonna be a thing anymore very soon. Everything will just start falling apart because people will just die, get infected, be unable to work, and healthcare systems can't catch everyone. Which vaccine? That's the question. Not one I recommend. Never heard of it. Me neither. The virus itself, the strings of ARN, mRNA. Oh. Oh. Okay. What? Where? Forming liposomes. Use the virus proteins. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, basically the way I approach it is just I try to follow the official like government advice or whatever, because they might not get everything right, and there's certainly quite a few things they get wrong, but they are surely more informed on the situation than I am, as somebody that does not work in a medical field, so I've just accepted that I can't really make an informed decision unless I want to spend God knows how much time informing myself, so I'll just go with whatever the official advice is basically and hope that they made the right call. Because if I try to go with what I think is best, then I might as well just become an anti-vaxxer or some bullshit. I'm well aware that I'm not knowledgeable enough on that stuff. Hi, where did you come from? Last one. We get scammed again. I'm leaving.
Sorry, folks.
Alerts the antibody status foreign.
But he can't drive over 20 miles.
Hey, Zephyr.
I think we're
Speed,
welcome.
yeah. Reset speed.
At least you got us out of that mall.
And stored as potential danger. And it doesn't work in a medical field either. Yeah, but they have people that can that inform them. Unlike myself, so I push to do something, anything. That is true, but still, they have advice from at least some professionals. Whereas the best thing I can do is just random stuff I find on the internet. Of people who I just hope I can trust. Still approved by the researchers. So, you know, those that are on the field are doing the choices. For example, stop giving a second dose of vaccine. Yeah? That the first dose already gives more than 80% protection. Yeah? It don't look like it's only 30%. Yeah, but at the time that was the knowledge, so we can only act based upon what we know. And at the time they were basically... They made the decision with the knowledge at the time that there's basically diminishing returns for the second dose. The first dose gives you like, what was it, 60%, and the second one supposedly gives you 90? So the second one only adds another 30%, whereas the first one is 60. So if you have limited doses, you get an overall higher percentage by spreading it out.
Down here.
At least as far as I know, that's why they did it.
Coach. Whoa, shit. Whoa, shit.
Blitz. Oh, nice. Good that I keep forgetting that. Thanks. I don't know how long you can delay the second dose. For the old virus, second dose worst. Have bad side effects. Doubtful that the government decision was right. Yeah, with hindsight you can always say that, but at the time I can at least see why they did it. I can't comment on if that was the right choice, but I can see why they did it at the time. Nice. I'm smart. I have side effects, some don't. What if every government recommends something different? I would still take the government's word over some random person on the internet.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys.
Because they have at least,
Knows how to build a monster
they are more likely to be better informed than some random person that posts a blog post
Such a hot idea after
telling us how vaccine cause autism or whatever. Make you gay, turn the frogs gay, whatever it may be. I didn't start that. Dude, I need to go to bed. Holy shit. I'm just... Not actually, no, it depends on the country. They gotta be tested. Room to save. Followed their logic and thought it was a good idea, saying that not every decision the government does is right. Yeah, I already pointed that out earlier, but I think it's better to follow the government advice than everyone making their own call based on whatever knowledge the people believe that they have.
Whispering Oaks. Shit, I used to go there when I was a kid.
Government gets a lot of things wrong, obviously. They also get quite a few things right, because if they didn't, then the world wouldn't be the place it is anymore. It would be a lot worse. If they got everything right, then the world would be a lot better. But you know, it's like the best thing we have currently available in a sense. You know, just like how capitalism is the least bad system that we came up with for managing financials, I guess. Or valuables. Whatever, I forgot the fancy term.
Don't shoot that car.
I'm mostly informed. The researchers decide. Yeah. And mostly, sometimes they also just make dumb decisions based on on their political future, which is awful, but for the most part, I would say the government makes reasonable decisions. Even though there's quite a few things you can criticize, but you also have to realize how many decisions the government makes that are not bad, which you probably never think about it because they don't negatively affect you. Which obviously also depends on where you're from. Each government is different, but I think most first world countries, I guess, have at least remotely reasonable government. Hi. I thought it was a good idea. Big events again starting October. Did they change their mind on that?
That was way too close.
Or is that still... Did they actually go through with that? I gotta go see you guys later. Alright, thanks for stopping by. We beat the record. I doubt it. The current rate... I genuinely don't understand how the hell I got that PV, because I got quite a lot better at the game since then, and I'm still just managing like 133 plus runs. It's weird. No, recommended that. Probably someone with a lot of money. Likely, that's one of the biggest problems in our current society, that lobbying is allowed. I mean, certain lobbying is fine, I guess, but you know, letting people with financial interest lobby for their financial interest instead of deciding based on what's good for the people. Especially when only the people with money are allowed at the talking table. That's the problem with politics. Most people are not invested enough to go into politics, and those that are not plentiful enough to make a change, because the people that are naturally drawn towards politics are the ones that are pretty happy with how the system already is, or just want to gain more power. So, really much you can do about it. That's just reality currently. It sucks, but at least I haven't come up with anything that can reasonably be done to improve that. fuck's sake, really? Fuck off! Oh, you bitch. This might have just ruined me. Never mind, I've got insane gotcha B-hop, so I'm fine.
Way too close.
Let me close the window. Holy shit. Hey. That's like 2 weeks. The numbers were higher than ever. Yeah, that sounds like a decision affected by somebody who has a financial interest in that. Although, nah, I guess you can't really blame people for that. I mean, if the government says it's fine again, then I can't really blame people too much, because as I said, how can you know better? Yeah. Governments are not without fault, unfortunately. I right click. You even heard the fucking right click. Go fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. I don't trust government recommendations anymore. Probably don't have people's health as a first priority. The problem is that you never know which their priority is. And even though many of their recommendations might be fine, you don't really notice or think about it, and then they do stuff like that, and yeah, that obviously erodes your trust. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm leaving. Why is selling cigarettes still legal when we're dealing with a pandemic that affects your lungs? Well, why are cigarettes legal in general when they're so addictive and only cause harm? I don't know. I'm gonna go find someone to raid and leave. Well, because there's too much financial interest. Yeah, probably. Yeah. What a satisfying set of runs. Where do we go? I'm just saying it's not all black and white. Just because the government makes some wrong decisions and some right decisions doesn't make them perfect or the villain. There's nuance to it, but how far to which direction it's leaning, that is subjective. Okay, so we could go to Terminus. He's playing Jackbox Party. We could go to Brass Jester, who's playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And I guess I could check if anyone's doing Left 4 Dead 2 speedruns. Oh, I kinda doubt it. That's Spanish, so that's a no. Okay, you know what, I'll just randomize it. See, where do we go? Apparently we are going to Brass. Okay. It's been a while since I rated him as well, I think. He's a why did I say Swedish? Canadian drummer. And I believe he's a variety streamer these days. The thing that's special about him, you can just ask him about pretty much anything. in terms of a story, and he'll have a story. I think I once went into a stream and asked him to tell me the story about his about spaghetti, and it doesn't matter what you come up with, it seems like he always has a story. You ask him to tell him the story about the telephone and he'll have a story about a telephone. It's weird. Kind of scary. So, we're gonna rate him. I don't really know much about Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Some kind of visual novel. Apparently, yeah. So, feel free to ask him for a story if you want to be entertained. Have a look at the stream. Otherwise, I will see you on Discord or on the next stream. Might happen tomorrow. I don't know if I can be bothered to stream. We'll see, but there's not really much else to do these days, so yeah. And YouTube videos are still in the production. I'll try to have them ready as soon as possible for the Surge 2 highlights. Anyways, good night.